I was at Walmart and they had this tent, and it's been like $75 for a while, and it was on sale for $23 this time. So that's a pretty sweet deal. So I picked it up and I'm gonna set it up, see if it was worth the purchase. So this tent's a little complicated because it has an inner tent and an outer tent. The inner tent goes in, I believe, last, but it comes with instructions sewn to the inside of the bag so you can take a look, see how it's put back together. Alright, so I have the vestibule put up, and now it's time just to put the inner tent in. So I'm putting the thing in, and the vestibule has a side door, and it has a second side door. So you can see inside real well. All right, so the inner tent's attached by these little clips up to the top fly, and is mostly just a mosquito net. It's sold as a two-person tent, so it's a fairly compact area on the inside, but then I think the main selling point is just this large vestibule, which closed up would have plenty of internal space so you could stay out of the weather, out of the rain. So when I initially picked up this tent, I was kind of torn on if I would even like it, but it feels like it could fit a pretty decent need of, it's probably an okay two-man tent, but the vestibule, I think, is my biggest selling point, especially because you don't have to have this, you don't necessarily have to use the internal tent, you can leave that out. So I was kind of thinking this could be a pretty sweet tent if you wanted to go car camping and you were with one or two people, because you could pull out this inner tent and just have this nice big open area, and you could put out a cot, or if it's cold, you can even, there's no floor, so you could much more safely use like a little bit of a heater to heat the tent as well. It'll help keep you warm. I'm kind of excited about it because, like, I love the fact that I can sit in my chair underneath the vestibule and be out of the sun, but have like all this airflow from the two massive doors. And then if I did want to escape from the bugs or anything, I could just go into the little tent on the inside. And another benefit could be if there's cold weather, or if you're trying to keep, if it's raining or snowing and you're just trying to keep all your firewood dry, you can just, there's no floor, so you're not gonna tear anything, and you can just stack it along the whole bottom. So based on my first impressions, I think this tent fits a pretty undersaturated part of the market where there's not very many other tents like it, at least on the budget end. And I'm excited to test it out. I'm hopefully going to try and plan a trip as soon as possible to go do a real test, do an overnight in it, and see how it goes. But until then, I think it's a pretty decent deal at $23.50 on sale, usually like $75. But I'll give it a thumbs up so far.